Okay, let's address the elephant in the room. Is the furry fandom all about sex? Well, the short answer is no, it's not. All fandoms are based around something. In many cases, it's a piece of media, such as a movie, TV show, or book series. In the case of furries, however, the core it's based around is more of a concept, that being anthropomorphic animals. What is anthropomorphism, you may ask? Well, quite simply, anthropomorphism is the ascribing of human characteristics to non-human things, such as, obviously, animals. Now, there are different levels of anthropomorphism. Sometimes it involves an otherwise normal animal with increased reasoning and intelligence. This is the case with animals from, for example, non-talking animated shorts. They move and behave primarily like animals, but are still shown to be thinking through things and solving problems in ways that real animals probably wouldn't. Then you can take the next step and give those characters the power of speech, such as in movies like Lady and the Tramp or 101 Dalmatians. One step further gives animals their own societies of sorts, such as shown in The Monarchy in The Lion King or the clans in the Warrior Cats books. Then you have what's more commonly associated with furry, animal characters who are bipedal, wear clothes, and have dexterous use of their hands, such as in Zootopia or Robin Hood. All of these levels can be encompassed under the umbrella of anthropomorphism, and that's what's at the center of the furry fandom. Furries are people who like those kind of characters, animals who, in some way, shape, or form, have some sort of human characteristic, be it as little as a bit more intelligence, or as much as almost being a fluffy human. Different people express this interest in different ways, be it through drawing, writing, roleplay, fursuiting, etc. Much like a fandom based around a movie might express their interests through fan art, fanfiction, roleplay, or cosplay. But Natty K, what about those furries who like GIF or draw porn? What about them? The existence of furries who depict or use anthro characters sexually does not make the concept of furry inherently sexual. Let's take a different fandom, such as, say, SpongeBob. Let's say, hypothetically, that 10% of SpongeBob fans take the show sexually, drawing and writing adult content featuring the characters and involving it in their fetishes and whatnot. Does that make SpongeBob, as a show, all about sex? Of course not! Does it mean that, if you're a SpongeBob fan, you must be getting some sort of sexual gratification out of it? Heck no! Now let's say, again, hypothetically, that it's 90% of SpongeBob fans who do this. A vast majority. Is SpongeBob all about sex now? Does being a fan mean you must find some sort of sexual pleasure in it now? No. It's still just a silly kids show about a talking sponge. Being a fan of the show still doesn't automatically make you some sexual deviant, or mean that you're interested in that aspect of its fan base. So too is it with furries. Yes, people who use the concept in adult ways do exist. There's no point in denying that, but their existence does not change the core of the furry fandom, the enjoyment of anthropomorphic animal characters. We can argue all day about statistics and whether it's a tiny minority or vast majority of furries who have some level of involvement in YIF, but frankly, the numbers don't really matter. Having more people who are interested in that side doesn't somehow make the concept of anthropomorphism inherently sexual. It isn't. As shown with the SpongeBob example, saying that the existence of dirty artwork for any other thing makes that thing or its fans inherently sexual is ridiculous. Why should that be any different for furries? Most of it probably comes down to the misconceptions spread by the media. Check out Aberguine's Furries in the Media series to see just how inaccurate some of these reports can be. But despite the poor press, the principle remains the same. So, is the furry fandom all about sex? No, it's not. The furry fandom is all about anthropomorphic animals. Nothing more, nothing less. Whether it's a minority or a majority taking part, the existence of YIF does not change the fact that there's plenty of perfectly innocent, family-friendly furry content out there, and that there's still plenty of furries, myself included, who are not involved with the adult side at all. The existence of YIF does not mean that liking YIF is a requirement for being a furry. It's simply not. Happy drawing? Keep it clean.